Hello everyone. So this is our wonderful alternate fingering discussion. Now, the word alternate fingerings sounds like it's something that would be optional, but it is very much not optional for oboes. We have to use all these fingerings in our normal day-to-day technique. It's not something that just kind of can help our technique. It's something that you have to use in order to have good technique. So the first note that we'll talk about is our F. Now, the first F that beginning band students generally come across because they're playing in the key of B flat is forked F. But this F has a lot of problems. Intonation, tone, and just technique makes it very, very difficult. So let's go through the three different fingerings. The first one would be what I call normal, and it should be used as a default if it's possible, and that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and this little key right here. If you're playing the top of the staff, you're gonna add the back octave key. But the bass fingering is the same. Now, this fingering works really well around a lot of notes, but if I want to go from F to D, I now have to hop. So that creates a problem. And any other note, low C, C sharp, E flat, any of those creates a problem where I can't physically get there. So the first option to go to is what we call left F. Now, not all student instruments have it, and that's why the band methods show the forked F first. But if you have a full conservatory system, you are going to have a left F. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and this pinky key right here is our left F. Now I can easily get to D. I can get to C, I can get to C sharp, I can get to E flat. So that makes my life a lot easier, and I now don't have to kind of jump over. So what do we do if the student doesn't have a left F? Well, we have to have them use forked F, which is that awful intonation, tone, and technique note to play. So it's very similar, 1, 2, 3, 1, and 3, but now if I want to play E next to F, I'm now doing this, and that creates a lot of problems. I know the flutes do it, but for us, it's a lot of issues. One other note about your forked F, band methods are going to show the E flat key on the forked F. Absolutely not, don't use it. It's gonna make the intonation and the tone even worse. So just mark that out if your students have to use forked F, and just make it go away. It's not gonna help anyone sound any better. So that's the kind of short story on the note F. It's an important note for us. You've got to know why there are different ones and what to use them for. So the other alternate fingerings that are very important, the first one that I'll talk about is E flat. So this is our normal E flat fingering, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and E flat key here, but we also have what we would call a left E flat. And that's to help us get to notes such as C sharp. So my left F is right here. It's the same fingering, I'm just switching pinkies. So if I play E flat and then go to a D flat, or even a C, I now can easily get there. Otherwise, I'd have to slide. We're not a saxophonist. Most oboes do not have rollers around these keys, so using and utilizing the left E flat is very important. I use it all the time, and it's super important to have in the toolbox of tools as an oboist. The other to know about is our right A flat. So we normally play A flat right here, 1, 2, 3, and this little key here. But you'll notice as I'm pressing it, this key is moving as well. So instead of using this pinky, I can use my index finger and play the same note. And now I've got an easier way to play A flat, especially if I need to maybe get to a left F, a low B flat, a low B, anything on this pinky I can now get to if I use that. Now, the other thing with A flat and E flat is that we can also make our lives way easier For instance, if I just take my pinky, press that down, and also press the A flat key at the same time. So E flat and A flat are now being pressed by my pinky. So now I can play C, E flat, A flat, and all I have to do is move my right hand. So it makes things a lot easier. That's a more difficult technique sort of thing to use with alternate fingerings, but I can't tell you how much I use that, and in the higher range you're actually using that pinky on A flat and E flat quite a bit. So know that F, very important to know as far as alternate fingerings and why and when to use it, and E flat and A flat are our other alternate fingerings.